Only 5 minutes into her first fun run behind the wheel, she was cut off pretty bad. I guess that's baptism by fire, or more appropriately, sink or swim right into the deep end. How did we get here? Well, stay tuned for the next episode on How to Live, where Sarah grabs the wheel and the throttle for the very first time in a fun run. We keep it real, so you guys let us know how she does. Can girls do it better than boys? And that is rhetorical, by the way, if you like your marriage. Honey, what did you think?
I don't care to do that anytime soon.
So where do we lie on this epic adventure of 4 fun runs in 4 days? Well, we're 650 miles in, traveled half the state of Florida, and 2 fun runs down. That means we got 2 more to go, and we turn around and go home to the Keys. If things go according to plan, it should be one heck of a high-speed adventure of over 1,000 miles in 4 days, and 4 fun runs. If there was ever a cannonball run on the water, this would be it. And the idea came from you. You see, if I had a nickel for every time you guys asked, hey, why isn't Sarah driving the boat? I'd be able to afford 2 440s, maybe 3.
All right, honey, you know what day it is, right? Are you excited?
The day we've all been waiting for.
You excited to do your... You're going to drive and throttle and the whole thing, and I'm going to nav for this fun run.
I'm nervous.
You've got some dolphins for some good luck. You'll be all right.
Well, Sarah does have plenty of drive time in the 440. She's never actually done a fun run all by herself, both throttle and steering, and I'm fairly confident not many other girlfriends and wives have either. This isn't going to be a Sunday afternoon drive. This is going to be stress and adrenaline, and it's going to be tight with a lot of boats. Unfortunately, we were able to use that morning's 30-mile commute from St. Pete to Sarasota start line for a warm-up, and this is how it went down.
Go. Stop panning. So you're good. Go ahead. I'm filming. You're going to go right between those cans. Go ahead and get it up on plane. Yeah. Kind of be aggressive when you smack it up on plane. Yeah. And then you want to go in between the 2.
Yeah, these 2.
Yeah.
And then between those 2.
Yeah. You're oversteering a little bit. Yeah. Eke into it. Eke into it. Go ahead. Turn now. Turn now. Turn harder. And straighten out now. Straighten out a little bit before you want to. Bring it up to 60. Your trim is good right around 21. I don't care if you want to bring it up.
Sarah was doing a great job, but as we rolled into Sarasota Bay about 5 miles from the start line, we hit another fog bank, so it was slow going until we got to the rendezvous point at the Hyatt. They hadn't left without us, so that's good.
Come on this way, little fella.
These boats range from $500,000 to well over $1 million. And which one would you choose to have at the end of your dock? And which one's fastest? Comment below.
Ready, honey?
Nervous, but I'm ready.
Go. 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 Bring it up.
Some of you might wonder why I'm playing Chandelier. Well, if I was driving, I'd be playing AC/DC, but I'm not. And for those of you who are musicians like myself, this is one of the best male vocalists in the world, at least in my opinion. Check him out.
I'm the one for a good time, call phones blowing up, ringing my doorbell. I feel the love, feel the love.
And as a husband, I couldn't have been more proud of Sarah on this start. She throttled up and blasted out of the hole with no fear. It was truly epic.
Free drink, going back till I lose count. I'm gonna swing from the chandelier, from the chandelier.
she was giving the fastest outboard boats on Earth a run for their money. Yes, nothing like triple digits. That a girl. Keep her rolling. You got this. We blasted north across Sarasota Bay into the triple digits with traffic on both sides, and we had managed to stay toward the front of the pack. But the route was about to bottleneck down. Dogleg to the left, things were going to get tight, and the fog was creeping in. It was time to throttle down, head on a swivel. Pay attention, remember, this is not a race. Nautical markers are usually not a suggestion for me and Sarah. We try to abide by them as much as we can. We were aiming to go between two markers that were separated by about 100 feet, and we wanted to be on the 1/3 line of our side. Unfortunately, there were a lot of boats outside this travel corridor, and it pinched us down. And unfortunately, this does happen from time to time a little bit. In this situation, the best thing we could have done was just throttle back a little bit. Let the traffic pass in front of us, but don't slow down too much, because you don't want to get rear-ended by somebody behind you. And thank God we'd slowed down. And things like this do happen from time to time in fun runs. It may not be anybody's specific fault, but there's a lot of boats moving fast, and everybody's got their own experience level. And it's why I put it in here. It's a bit of a PSA. It's always best to drive defensively and super aware, with no drinking, drugs, or distractions, and with great navigation. After all, this is supposed to be a fun run. It's not a race.
Yeah, that was a little bit intense. That's what you gotta be careful of. Always assume.
We're gonna go through a bunch of narrows, but I can't see anything.
Follow Sean's plume, and then start to arc around. You're right in the gap where you want to be. As you're turning, you want to keep your throttle up so you don't come off plane. Good job, hon.
We had made it to the Narrows, and we had about 5 miles to slow down, settle down, and collect our thoughts. After a few bridges, we were going to pop out into Tampa Bay, and I think this is going to be our best chance to get out front again and do it safely. And how fast are the newer cat outboards compared to the old school V outboards? Yeah.
Doing great.
Her mini skirt on up in my two-seater. I got bread, baby, would you like some more pita? You a star, baby, I'ma call you Big Dipper. Usher up, baby, call me Big. Her mini skirt on up in my two-seater.
The fog had lifted over Tampa Bay, allowing us to get into the 120s, over 1 to 2 foot chop and into the wind. I was super proud of Sarah. She had caught most of the pack before the restaurant, but when we got there, I saw the stress had taken its toll, and this was her reaction.
Start to bring it down. You're going to turn right with him, right where Jason's turning. Wow. Good job, honey. Your first full fun run. Wasn't it exciting? Honey, what do you think?
I don't care to do that anytime soon.
Need some help, hon?
And after a lunch stop that was, well, kind of tricky to get to,
Let's go have lunch.
it was back to the Vanoy, where the city's fireworks were going to be right at the end of the marina. In our videos, we sometimes cover the nightlife, when it's worth it. And I must say, St. Pete on New Year's Eve is certainly worth a mention on How to Live. St. Pete is a pretty trendy Florida city, and this was a night with my wife and oldest daughter that we won't forget. Now, I'm not going to bore you with details on where to go to eat or what dance clubs to go to, but I will say it's worth the exploration. On New Year's Eve, the festive attitude and the weather makes it more like a 4th of July Day celebration than New Year's Eve, and that's certainly welcome this time of year for us Northerners.
I love this. This is awesome.
So we're looking for a plunger. We have an incident in the toilet in New Year's, and we thought this was the plunger.
Plunger was delivered about 5 minutes later. The timing for the chocolates might have been a little awkward, but yes, the Vanoy is a fantastic place to stay. And the last fun run of the 4 was the next day, the Joey Gratton New Year's run of 2025. And once again, the Fort Myers crew, which was staying in St. Pete, flew south that morning to stage up in Sarasota. The Gratton run would then go north for lunch, while the Fort Myers group would head south to 170 miles and hopefully get home to Fort Myers before the afternoon. But for me and Sarah, it was another 100 miles after that, all the way to Big Pine Key. And we were hopeful to get home before sunset. It's going to be a long day. 270 miles, we got this. But before we cast off for this final run of the 2025 4x4, I want to take a look at these boats once more. Which one is your favorite? Which one has the best paint job? And which one's the fastest? Go ahead and comment below. And if you agree with me on all 3, we'll send you some swag. After having fun with some bumps on the outside with the Fort Myers crew,
I was literally talking about you guys when I saw the boats coming out. I was like, yo, let's go.
and meeting some really cool How to Live fans. And Sean getting pulled over and lectured. The Fort Myers crew made it home safe. And after about 50 more miles of fog for us, so did we.
Honey. Home sweet home, almost 1,000 miles.
Invincible, you can't knock us. Untouchable, you can't stop us. We chase the stars, gonna reach out till they're in our grasp. Impossible, but it's nothing. Unstoppable, we ain't bluffing. We've come this far and there ain't no way we're backing down. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We are untouchable. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We never fade, we never fall. 'Cause we'll be the last one standing. No chance that we'll be crash landing. And we're on fire as they all go down in flames. And still the burning remains.
Okay.
Apparently, weight's not a concern for Jonathan.
No, because look at me and look at you, Ben. Dang.
Do you remember we talked about antagonistic,
I
and
just
we're
thought
gonna
we were gonna leave 'cause we waited on you
listen.
yesterday.
This
I
is the
just
New
wanted
Year
to-
resolution. We are going to be less antagonistic to each other and love each other.
I love you, but did you feel?
But before we go, we promised that we were going to show you guys how we pulled off this epic underwater shot. And some have commented thinking I actually ran over my wife with my boat, which of course I'd never do. So let's clear the air and reveal a secret. And this is full speed. I know what you're thinking, but that's not sped up.
All right. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but right now we have a floater. We have the camera underneath. I have one about a foot underneath the water. It should be balanced. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but we're going to try it, and hopefully we get the shot. Let's go see if this floats.
Jesus, am I really that fat? This is the one time you can just not comment below. Appreciate it. With quite a few patents under my name, I must say that this little gadget is top 10 at least this year. Might just need a little refinement, maybe. And for those that might ask, wait, inventor of what? Well, I'm probably most known for the invention Ripsaw, world's first robotic super tank.
Yeah, you know, I wanted something white, so I just grabbed a can. White spray paint cover. Look at that. This is awesome.
I'm fairly confident nobody's ever put footage together like this before. Enjoy.
Gonna move these mountains.